we have a Muslim saying, the Muslim, they have a big sacrifice. Let me put this comment in the screen so we can laugh together. His name is Tariq. He's saying to me, the Muslims have a big sacrifice at the end of Ramadan and call it Eid al-Adha. How do you confuse Eid al-Adha with Eid al-Fitr? My friend, both Eid you have, they are al-Adha because you do Adha. Adha means sacrifice. That is your ignorance. And if you want, you can call me right now in Skype so we can laugh together about the ignorance of the Muslims who do not know even their occasion. Don't you Muslims slaughter millions of sheep and camels and goats, whatever, at the end of Ramadan? That is Adha. So you are the ignorant, not me. You have Adha after Ramadan and you have Adha after the Fitr. But because you are ignorant, you thought that Adha is a word have to do with the holiday. Adha is an act of slaughtering. And here, as long you mention this, I want to ask you why you are slaughtering. Why you are slaughtering at the end of Ramadan and why you are slaughtering at the end of the what you call it al-Adha. Both of them are Adha. Adha is coming from the word Dhaha, which means sacrifice. So as long you are sacrificing at the end of Ramadan and you are sacrificing at the end of Fitr, so which one of them is Adha? Both, because in both you do sacrifice. And now if we ask the Abdul why you sacrifice, they will say because Abraham sacrificed. No, Abraham, he did not. In your book it says that Abraham did not sacrifice anything.
You see, darling, you don't even know what is Eid al-Fitr and what is Eid al-Adha, which is really funny. You know, you say, how can, you know, there's a Eid after Ramadan and there is a Eid after al-Fitr. The Eid that is after Ramadan, smartass, is Eid al-Fitr, and it's called Eid al-Fitr because people have iftar on that day to show that it is not Ramadan anymore. It is Eid. Eid has many definitions in Arabic. It can mean celebration, and it can mean a celebration that comes every year. Eid comes from the Arabic word yu'id, meaning to repeat or to come back. So that is why it's called Eid. Now Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr, there is no sacrifice. Okay, and whoever does that, he's committing an innovation. Plus, whoever is doing takbir on Eid al-Adha is committing an innovation also, according to the scholars of Islam. And there's no hadith sahihun sarih that shows that you should do takbir on Eid al-Adha. However, in the Quran there it says that after you complete the iddah of Ramadan, you should do what tukabbirullah. That means you should praise, say takbir to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this one is what is the difference between the both Eids. Now Eid al-Adha, as you don't know, that there's a month called Dhul Hijjah, meaning the 12th Islamic month, the last month before Muharram comes. The 10th of Dhul Hijjah is the first day of Eid al-Adha. The second is the 11th of Dhul Hijjah. The third is the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, and the fourth day of Eid al-Adha is the 13th of Dhul Hijjah. Now these 13 days, if you're doing Hajj pilgrimage, you offer a different type of sacrifice called the Hadi. But if you're not doing Hajj, you offer a regular sacrifice. Now the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mentioned in many hadiths of Sahih Bukhari that whoever has done the sacrifice before the Eid al-Adha Salah, then it's regular meat. It's not considered as sacrifice. It is just considered regular of his meat that he brings to his family. So one of the Sahaba said, "Oh Messenger of Allah, I've offered the sacrifice before the Eid al-Adha Salah." He said, "This is just regular meat. It's not considered sacrifice. Go again after the Salah and do a sacrifice, another sacrifice, a true sacrifice after the Eid al-Adha Salah." Now, A sacrifice in Islam is something that, for example, why you do a sacrifice? For example, you don't feel like on that day on slaughtering meat, but it's your desire, right? So sacrifice is to not let your desire get in the way of your worshipping of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by doing the sacrifice and feeding yourself and your family and also feeding the poor. Now, we have to keep this in mind though. Allah says in Surah Al-Kawthar in the Quran, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar, that, O Muhammad, we have given you a river in paradise called Kawthar. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. So pray to your Lord, then do the sacrifice. Okay, which is clearly shows that anything that is done before the Eid al-Adha Salah is not considered a sacrifice. It's just considered a regular dhabh, a regular slaughter meat that he brings to his family. And now, we also know that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to slaughter on some days sheep other than Eid, and he would eat them. That's not considered a sacrifice. It's considered, you know, one day, oh, you want to eat meat or you feel like eating meat, so you just slaughter. That's not considered anything about sacrifice. Allah doesn't order you to do that on this day, on other days and other than Eid al-Adha. Now, the difference between Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr comes in the last day of Ramadan. So before you go to the Salat, many people as Christians saying that you do sacrifice on Eid al-Fitr, which is an innovation. There's no mention of it in religion. And many Muslims commit innovation these days. I'll tell you one thing. Many Muslims on Eid al-Adha, okay, they eat before the Salah. When on Eid al-Adha, you should eat after you've done the Salah and the sacrifice. So after you've done the Salah and the sacrifice, then you can eat. It is Sunnah. Many people, even on Eid al-Fitr, they go and eat regularly. They wake up in the morning and eat, but they do not have a date, because the Prophet ﷺ said at the Eid al-Fitr, to show that you are on this day, that there is no fasting, and you are, you're not following your desire. Okay, to show that this day there is no fasting, you should eat a date before you go to Salah. Okay, on Eid al-Fitr, from the Sunnah. And many people many Muslims don't greet their enemies on Eid al-Fitr, reconcile, right? So this is the difference between that. On Eid al-Adha though, you're not allowed to eat anything from Sunnah. It's not a fard, but it's from a Sunnah that you should not eat anything. You should not eat anything until you have prayed the Eid Salah and you have offered the sacrifice. After you pray Eid al-Adha Salah and you offer the sacrifice, then you can eat. It is from the Sunnah. It is voluntary to do that, and you get ajr reward for it. Now, a Christian prince was saying that there is no mention of Prophet Abraham doing sacrifice on the day. When Prophet Abraham wanted to slaughter his son Ismail, instead Allah has sent Jibril with a sheep, and instead Abraham sacrificed it on Eid al-Adha. Now there is a mention of in the Quran of وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, that means we have saved Ismail بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ. Instead, that when we saved Ismail, we saved him by the sheep, the dhibh, the slaughtered sheep that was great on that day. Okay, but this Christian princess doesn't understand that. It's okay, I don't blame you. I know it hurts you so much to see the truth of me, and that's why you want to shut down my channels like David Wood. My previous Islamic channel, I got like 1,374 subscribers and a lot of views, mashallah. And it got shut down because David Wood reported one of the videos that he felt emotional.
As I learned, as you see, we are talking about the Prophet who is hold on. As you see, we are talking about Muhammad being unlearned. Hold on.
It's a simple yes or no question.
Why you are giving me a quiz, but you are following a prophet you do not know how to write, how to read? Why you don't give your prophet the same quiz?
That's all you have to answer.
Okay, listen. I agree to give you the quiz. Are you saying to me I don't speak Arabic?
You're going to listen to
Are you saying I don't speak Arabic? Are you saying I don't speak Arabic? No, I want to know what is the purpose of this quiz. Are you trying I don't speak Arabic?
Excuse me?
Are you trying to say I don't speak Arabic?
No, I'm not trying to say that you
don't speak Arabic. So what this quiz
for?
What this quiz for?
The quiz is to test you whether you know classical Arabic.
I don't know, my friend. I am ignorant like your prophet. Are you happy now? So what do you want to say to me? How you can prove to me that you are following a prophet of God, yet you say that he is ignorant, he do not know how to write, how to read?
Nobody said he was ignorant. We say that he was unlettered. That means,
what does that mean?
We don't. That means he doesn't know how to write or read.
Well, hold on. That's mean your Allah in the Quran did lie?
What do you mean?
Okay, isn't it the Quran says that Muhammad was ignorant?
No, it doesn't say that. It says ummiyin.
Okay, what ummiyin mean?
It means unlettered.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
that's one of the words.
You see, you are the one who said that you have knowledge. Okay, but everybody, hold on, everybody will be laughing at you in a second. Al-Ummiyin have nothing to do with being illiterate. That because you yourself, you are illiterate. If we go in the Quran right now, and as long you are asking me to read the classic Arabic, I'll read it for you first in Arabic, and then we go to the translation. ومنهم أميون لا يعلمون الكتاب إلا أماني. What I just said, translate.
Yes, إلا أماني. Yes.
What I translated. What I said. Translate, please.
Well, I heard the last one, except Amani, they're wishful thinking. But you know, I'm not the one.
No. Just wait. You just said to me that your prophet, he is ummi, but the Quran saying that the word is ummi is the one who is ignorant in the book. Yes or no?
Unlettered in the book.
Thank you. So he is not illiterate then. He is illiterate in the book, correct?
Yes. He doesn't know how to read or write in the book.
Okay, so he will not know the scriptures. Is that correct?
No, doesn't know how to read or write in the book.
My friend, it says وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ الْكِتَابِ. Which kitab?
لا يعلمون الكتاب. Yes.
What the word kitab mean?
Doesn't know how to read or write in the book. And
which book? Which book? Which book?
Does not know the book.
Which book?
ولا يعلمون الكتاب.
Which book?
And
which
know
which book? Which book? Which book? Which book? Okay, Muhammad, he do not know what is in the book. Which book?
Could you could you repeat that verse again?
My friend, so you were answering me all this time, and now you are asking me to repeat it again. I'm asking you, which book he do not know how to read? It says, أميون لا يعلمون الكتاب. لا يعلمون الكتاب. There's a certain book. Which book? Al-Kitab, not Kitab. Al-Kitab, which mean a certain book. Which book is that book which they do not know it?
It's not talking about the Muhammad. Which verse is that? Women, okay.
It doesn't matter. You are the one who said to me that the word ummi. Listen. Aren't you the one who said to me? You are the one. Hold on. We cannot talk in the same time. You are the one. Who said to me. You are the one who said to me the word ummi. The word ummi. Okay, let me get you busted. Okay, let me get you busted. Hold on. Let me get you busted in front of everybody. Okay, hold on. Which verse is speaking about your prophet? Let us go to business right away. Which your verse in the Quran says that the prophet is ummi?
I don't remember which.
Okay, I will remind. Okay,
I don't remember which.
Shall I help you? Is that okay? Do you want me to help you?
Okay, sure.
So if we go here, we will find chapter 62, verse number 2. It says the following: هو الذي بعث بين الأميين رسولا منهم. Translate.
Which one is that?
It looked like you know very much your book.
No, no, not really.
I just said. Everybody heard me. You look like you are very nervous. I just said chapter 62 verse number 2, and you said to me which one is that because you are nervous, you're not listening. Chapter 62 verse number 2.
Okay, he who was raised in Ummiyin. Okay. So what?
He is one of them, right? He is Ummiyin. He is from the Ummiyin too, correct?
Ummiyin, yes.
Okay.
So he was.
Does that mean that
he
Muhammad?
know how
Okay.
to read or write.
Okay. So you are saying to me that Muhammad was sent only to those who do not know how to write, how to read, because the verse saying he was sent from amongst the illiterate.
That's not what it says.
That's what it says. Everybody, this is your translation. This is your translation. He is from the illiterate. And he is one of them.
The unlettered people, he rose. You know, he raised a messenger.
Okay, but he is one of them. All of them, they do not know how to write, how to read.
The verse of Al-Ummiyin, okay, when it was there, هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم, from among, Allah has sent from the amongst the illiterate people a Rasul. Now, was all Quraysh illiterate? No. Many of the Qurayshi people went on trade. For example, like Abu Sufyan, he went to Asham and came back. He went on trade. He needed to know, he had a business, right? He had a business career. He needed to know how to mathematically, you know, do the numbers that is, or the amounts that he's trading, how much people will pay him, how much he will pay them, what he will get, right? And he had to also, you know, write them, jot them down to keep it as a remembrance on some type of script, right? So basically, fil ummiyin, that there was a part of Quraysh, people from among Quraysh, they were illiterate. So the Prophet ﷺ was sent from amongst them. Usually in Quraysh, if you look, it's all tribes, and each tribe is different. The Prophet ﷺ was, for example, from Banu Hashim. And Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the companion of Prophet ﷺ, was from Taym, Banu Taym, the smallest tribe in Quraysh, right? And Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu was from Banu Adi. Banu Adi was not that big of a tribe, but it was, you know, in the middle class tribe in Quraysh, from Banu Adi, a different tribe, right? So the Prophet ﷺ was from Banu Hashim, and most people of Banu Hashim were illiterate. Okay, so he was also an illiterate, and it does not mean that anyone who's illiterate doesn't know how to read or write. It means he's jahil, he's ignorant, he's not educated. No, because people learn differently. If a person if you talk to a person who doesn't know how to read and write, he will talk to you like, you know, like real fluent language, right? He'll talk to you in a good way, but still he doesn't know how to read and write, right? And if you tell him maybe memorize this, he'll memorize it, right? So plus this shows that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was not making things up, because if he didn't know how to read and write, okay, he wouldn't know how to write the Quran, first of all, right? Second of all, if everything was being received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as revelation, and it's not a poetic way, if Prophet ﷺ was a poet, then he would, like Allah says, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَاعِرٍ, that the Quran is not from a poet, right? It's not a saying of poet. So basically, if Prophet ﷺ did not have Allah with him, he would basically say the Quran in a poetry way. But the Quran right now is organized in a way that is not in poetry, right? Plus, let us look here. This is a seerah biography. This is the biography of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Okay, his father was Khattab bin Nufayl. He's from the tribe of Quraysh, Banu Adi, specifically a tribe of Banu Adi. So all these tribes were from Quraysh, but they were different tribes. Like Banu Hashim wasn't Banu Abdi Manaf, right? But Banu Abdi Manaf was a big tribe in Quraysh, right? So the Banu Hashim and the Banu Taym, they were different tribes in Quraysh, but they were from Quraysh. They meet again with the same lineage, okay? And they're in the same town, which is Mecca. Background of Umar bin Khattab, okay? Illiteracy was common in the pre-Islamic era. Not many knew how to read and write, and would rely solely on memory. However, Umar bin Khattab, was among the few who had learned to read and write in his youth, right? So basically, this is what this Christian ignorant doesn't know how to learn more about the history. Plus, Prophet ﷺ was sent. We have not sent a messenger except that he's with the tongue of his people, right? Well, you have to look at something as well. At the tongue of his people, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent from the people, okay, the tongue of Quraysh, the dialect of Quraysh, because remember, the Qurayshi dialect of Arabic is not like the Medinian dialect of Arabic. The Qurayshi dialect of Arabic is different than the Ansar, because the Prophet ﷺ immigrated to Medina and there were Arabs there, they were the Ansar. but the Ansar spoke in a different dialect than the dialect of Quraysh, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent. We have not sent a messenger except with the tongue of his people. So first he would start from the tongue of his people, then he would spread all the way to mankind. Right? His message was spread all the way to all mankind. Right? Plus, when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he sent a letter to Kisra, he sent it in Arabic. He told his companions to write a letter to Kisra. He sent the letter in Arabic. But Kisra was a Persian, but yet he still knew how to speak Arabic. Right? So he would understand Arabic, although he's Persian. Right? So you have to get more better at that.